Joe, you're muted in Discord. Yeah.
Alright guys, I think Josh should be able to hear you now, Josh.
Yep. You can hear me?
Yep.
Yes. Yes. Okay.
Alright, awesome. We have a game happening right now. Burning Blubber versus Smashing Bulls. Should be a pretty good game.
Let's go.
Just waiting on the code here. Alright, I think we should be good now. Interesting. Be right back, guys.
Hello. They've got the code, Joe. Are you joining, Joe?
Alright guys, the code has been sent.
Alright, you there, Joe?
Hello?
Yep, can you hear me?
Hold up.
Are you able to hear me now?
Can you hear me?
I mean, I can hear myself on your
Okay, I think I can hear you now. Yeah. Alright, let's see. What's the code here? Okay. Copy. Alright.
Are you able to hear me?
Yes.
Alright, looks like they're going through this.
Ooh, Ray gets his first kill on Atomic Fire. Looks like Burning Blubber using the Emerald usernames. Looking fly.
Team Red is Burning Blubber. Team Blue is Smashing Bowls.
Yes, sir.
V-Light and Atomic Fire on Blue Team. Smashing Bowls, Raid and Gobi playing in Game 1 for Burning Blubber on the Red Team. Blue Team both here on the top.
Looks like Ray trying to move into higher ground.
Gobi Joe with the attempted cannon shot.
Confronted by bullets there. Atomic Fire tries to jump in behind Ray. Chooses not to. Ray's defensive game from both teams so far. No real signs of aggression. Good dodge from Ray there. Charging in with the Blubber nuke. That was a good shot there. Ooh, just missed.
You might want to expand your leaderboard there, Joe.
Fine. There we go. Good shot there.
Ray Day getting a good shot there. Gobi Joe with cannons. V-Light stuck here in the corner. V-Light's able to get the kill on Gobi.
Good shot from me right there. Gobi Joe trying to spawn right in front and unfortunately gets caught out by the blue team.
V-Light with a nice kill on Ray Day there with the bullets. Gobi spawning on top.
Seems like blue team trying to control the higher ground here. Gobi Joe shoots bullets
Ray
all
Day
the way
stopping
down.
just before dying.
We get a kill here, and they do. Good shot from Atomic Fire. We get a kill on Ray here. Good shot from Ray as well. Where it hits, so blue team a bit too close together. Chance for a double kill for the red team. Good shot from V-Light there. V-Light.
11-4. Smashing Bowls is doing very well so far.
Yeah, V-Light seems to be playing pretty aggressive. It's a good start from Smashing Balls. Gobi Joe catches V-Light out without a weapon. 6-12.
Ray Day caught up there with the cannons. V-Light trying to trap Gobi. Gobi lives.
Atomic Fire charging in.
Oh, nice toss down there with the lob grenade. Ray Day witnesses it.
Good shot from Atomic Fire, but Ray uses the crates as shelter from those cannonballs. Ray has a Blubber
Good
nuke. It
back
just
up there.
misses the atomic fire, trying to use the splash damage. Gobi Joe charging in, and they get Ray.
14-9.
Smashing
Burning
Bull.
Blubber's gonna need to pair this very carefully. Every
Yeah.
death here really counts now.
Yeah.
It's like a trade between Gobi and Light.
Good shot from atomic fire. It's a really
Brady
good
gets
shot.
caught out. 10-16. They are bringing it back a little bit. Not.
Ooh.
Oh, great shot there by, was that Gobi?
Gobi Joe, yeah. Ooh, good shot from atomic fire. Brings Gobi Joe to half health there. Catches him out there. Atomic fire. Ooh. Smashing Bulls 2 kills
It's
away
Atomic.
from ending round 1 here.
Oh man, good nuke there by Light. They just need one more now. Brady is able to dodge that.
That's a pretty good shot.
Didn't lose a lot of his health there.
There we go.
Light will go down to Ray Day, meeting him in the crate thing. And there's the last one. Atomic Fire will get it on Gobi to end that 20-12.
Pretty good, strong first game from Smashing Bulls there.
Yes, for sure.
However, I think that was their map of choice. So let's see what team Burning Blubber pick here.
Scrolling back up to see if that is true. I don't remember
Their
who
map of choice.
chose what. Oh, both teams that actually chose gravel pit.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Don't think we've had that happen before.
I like gravel pit. I think it's got a lot of cool opportunity to do stuff.
I think Galpit's actually a really good 2v2 map. Because it's
Yeah.
big enough to accommodate the players, but it's also small enough to have some aggression happening in gameplay. So it's a pretty good, well-sized map for a team match actually.
I also think it has really good like cover to hide behind.
Yeah, that's true. But let me see if I can increase your volume here. Let's see. Make it up to OBS. Okay, that should be good.
Alright, Burning Blubber will need to make a comeback here in game 2 if they want a game 3.
And if they don't win this, they get eliminated from the tournament.
Single elimination style tournaments, they're rough, man.
Yeah. Alright. Just have things on.
Okay, they have a new code. Let me join that.
Oh, is it Gravel Pit again? Interesting.
Yeah, that doesn't seem right.
I'm pretty sure you can pick the same maps, so I think it is right.
Yeah, okay, it is.
Okay, now we have to back to back.
Yeah, I guess since they both chose it, both get to play in gravel a bit.
But so I think instead of Gobi Joe, Thor is playing in this one.
Alright, okay, so we got Thor and
Ray
Day. Looks like Atomic Fire and Light are going to be still playing
They must
for Smashing Bulls.
be feeling some confidence from the first game. So let's see how this pans out.
Thor and Ray Day, both on the same size. Thor might get this cannon here. V-Light fires back. Great cannon shot.
Atomic Fire has the opportunity to catch him out. Good dodge from Ray Day.
Oh, good. Yeah, good dodges from Ray Day
Good shot
there.
from Atomic Fire as well, but Ray Day able to
Got
use
half
the
his
tree.
health. Oh,
no.
the rockets hit the ramp and they miss Ray Day. But both of them actually end up not getting any kills there.
Yeah. They traded some misses there.
Ray up here on top. Is he thinking
Ooh.
about trick shotting? We'll see.
True, true. Okay, Atomic Fire. This good job to avoid Ray there.
Oh, he's got the star.
Sneaky.
He like takes a little bit of damage from that nuke, but not a significant
Ooh,
amount.
he's
V-Light
good.
also got star. That's 2 stars in this match. That's so
Double
unfortunate.
invincibility.
Oh, I just spawned in. Spawning out.
Oh, what a shot from Atomic Fire. Perfect lob nuke shot. I hear another star somewhere. I think it was Thor who had the star this time. V-Light charging in on Thor here. Oh, looks like V-Light gets the kill there. 6-2. This is a really good start from Smashing Bolts here. Shoots all the way down. Can Thor get a good shot here? Oh, just misses.
Thor actually not taking a lot of damage from that. I guess he was
Yeah.
expecting to turn a little bit more, but
Oh, good
Thor
shot from
pretty
Ray.
much stayed still.
Oh, unfortunate there that he didn't get V-Light, but he's really low. Maybe a
Oh,
nuke
V-Light
from Thor
very low.
end
Can
him
he
here.
get just this little bit of damage off
Oh,
of
good
him?
shot from V-Light.
V-Light's able to get a good rocket snipe there.
It's a great shot there. Oh, Atomic
Oh
Fire.
man,
Catches
Atomic
Ray
Fire jumps down with the nuke.
Oh, good shot from Thor, but he just misses. But he gets...
Thor's getting caught out here. V-Light has stayed with this 1 damage of health for a really long time.
Yeah. Looks like Ray's got something. He's got spikes.
Can he catch him out? He's running
Oh,
towards
good
him,
dodge.
but he's not quite fast enough.
Good dodge as well. See what Ray. Here another star.
Oh, Thor has the star, but he's was that V-Light who dodged him?
I think it's Atomic Fire.
Ray Day also has a star. What the heck? There has been
What's
2
happening?
stars.
Seems like Ray's pretty low. Can we like get him out here? Oh, he somehow
Oh,
survives.
that surprisingly does not get the kill. Ray Day has the cannons.
Catch him out here. Oh, that's a pretty good shot.
The dodge from
Oh,
V-Light
great
and the
shot from
rockets will
V-Light.
connect.
It's a great start from Smashing Bolts again. 12-4. Could this be the end of the tournament for Burning Blubber? Oh, great shot from Thor there. But I think V-Light is able to...
Oh man, Atomic Fire with the cannons down below.
It's not looking great for Burning Blubber. Oh, what a shot!
Wow. Nice lob grenade shot there.
Ooh.
Ray Day. Oh no, there's 2 of them waiting. The cannons will get Ray Day jumping down the spikes.
I think
Thor
spikes
gets a
is
good cannon.
one of the hardest weapons
light
to
there.
use in a 2v2, to be honest.
Yep.
It's just not good for aggression
A
unless...
3rd star in this match
I think
from Ray
I
Day,
think each team
but
has
he's
got at
not
least
able to
three
find
stars.
anyone with it.
I think each team has got 3 stars in this game. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Ooh, somehow Thor survives that. Oh, good shot from Ray Day. Wait, what? Was it just me?
Oh,
or did
the
it hit
mine trap from Ray Day there.
coming up? Oh, good shot
Good
from Ray
shot
again.
from Ray Day there with the cannons. But Smashing Bolts only need 4 more kills.
Ooh. Oh,
And Ray Day
both looking
is
for an item.
looking pretty low right now. Yep, the nuke will get
uses the
him with
splash
the
damage very
AoE.
smartly.
Yes,
Nice.
they have been.
Ooh, they gotta play defensive here, otherwise they're gonna...
I think
Ooh.
Thor, he's able to dodge a lot of that damage. Light with the cannons. He's got 2 cannons on him. Ray Day is able to survive, but not with a lot of health. Good shot by Ray Day there.
V-Light looking to get Ray here. He's pretty low. He does get him.
Oh man,
Can
Ray
Thor
Day
swoop in
gets
from
caught out.
behind? It's not. Thor's half health. V-Light's got a lot
Might
of
able to get him with this.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean the trade is fine at this point. They just need 1 more.
Good shot from Ray.
Oh, good shot by Ray Day though.
Oh, exact same score
And
as well.
there's the last one. It's another 20-12 actually. I think the last one was
That's a
20-12
dominant
too, right?
performance from Smashing Bulls there. Yeah, they're looking really strong, really good performing, really good playing from both teams. But there were actually crazy moments in this game. But Smashing Bulls
5
played really
stars in
well.
that game. That's crazy. I was trying to get stars yesterday for my challenges. It took me like half an hour.
I feel like that
And I
happens
got
every single
5
time.
stars in this
I
match.
feel like that happens every single time you try to stream.
I know, dude.
It's
I'm
just the
telling you, dude.
streamer's
Stecky's
curse.
watching, and then
Oh
to
yeah, yeah,
lengthen the
yeah. I
stream,
saw
he
that.
turns it down.
Wow, that was a pretty good game from Smashing Bulls.
Yeah, Smashing Bills have been doing quite well.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that'll be the end of the run for Burning Blubber, but a
Unfortunately.
good performance nonetheless. Well-deserved victory from Smashing Bulls. Are you able to pull up the bracket on stream? You could take a look at that really
Okay,
quick.
sure thing.
See how that changes advancement.
Let's see here. Bracket. Region 2. Yes, okay. Let me just check this out. Alright, should be able to see it now. So you can see here the teams that were in round 1. And Burning Blubber were actually in round 1 and they came all the way up to round 3 here. But unfortunately, they have been eliminated by Smashing Bulls. And since Smashing Bulls have won this game, they will be playing Smurf Cats next in the semi-finals. So the winner of that moves on to the finals for Region 2. So we could confirm our finalists in a couple of days, to be honest. Just 2 matches we'll be waiting on for one side of the bracket. So on the other side of the bracket, we have Burning Rubber still waiting to play. Now that's a team we have heard of before. So let's see how they perform here. I think they were the favorites, one of the favorites going into this tournament. So let's see what happens here.
Absolutely exciting stuff there. Thor says, "Rip, Burning Blubber versus Burning Rubber ain't gonna happen, folks."
Oh no, that's so sad.
That would have been funny to watch.
That would have been hilarious. Yeah, that would have been great. Our team still hasn't played our first game yet. We finally got assigned. The team that we were waiting on finally finished their match, so we're trying to find it.
Really?
But the problem is, I think they're in Oceania, so I think they live in Australia. So the time zones are kind of crazy. But should be able to figure it out. Hopefully, see how that match goes. I need to try to find a VPN for Discord. Otherwise, someone have to settle with Google Meet.
Yeah, that's unfortunate, man.
Yeah.
Like, can we come invade your room? Let's go, I found Joe.
Ooh, good shot there from OG.
No, I backed up on your mind, Joe.
It's perfect for a stream. Definitely making that into YouTube shorts.
Yo, what a shot. Joe is behind me.
Okay, we are good. Get me out of here. Hey.
Joe with 12 kills, crazy. Showing off his golden cup hat.
Yes, sir. I'm interested to see what Stecky has planned for the golden card color. Oh, I don't know if it's even golden actually. I mean the tournament reward card color thing.
Yeah, I'm curious about it too.
I mean, if it's gonna match the color, it better match the color of the trophy hats. Because I don't know, the one thing that people have been, at least people who have trophy hats and trophy items, the one thing that they have a complaint about is items matching with other items. For example, the second place team stopper does not match with any other silver items, any other second place items. It is so frustrating. I think Arrow especially would know how frustrating that is. So I guess only all the gold items match perfectly, but not exactly the same shade of gold, but it does match. I think it's not an eyesore. And the bronze items, not too dissimilar from the silver items, but the silver items are completely different colors. Like I think everything else is silver except the second place team stopper. It's kind of annoying. So I hope when they do finally add this tournament reward, it's something that matches with other tournament items.
Right.
Or it could be completely something else. I'm not sure what's got in mind. But I assume for a card color, it must be something along the
I hope it
lines.
has some like interesting decal, like it's not just a solid color or like a striped color. Kind of like the season rewards or like that one music one was really cool.
Oh yeah, true. Or it could probably maybe have something like some text engraved on the card color, maybe something like that.
Right.
I don't know if the card is big enough for that to be able to display it well, but something that's just different from other card colors. Faluda. That's a nice name. Ooh.
Oh, what the heck?
Wait, what? Oh no. 5, 4, 3, 2. Oh, okay.
We'll have to share the win, Joe. Let's go. Ah, I fell off. Yo, I completed 3 season challenges in that one game. Let's go.
Oh, here's the code, guys, if you're interested in joining. Asia 099102. There's everybody. Oh wow, what a shot, man. I just realized I'm not playing on controller. Playing on keyboard.
Who? You're surprised who's playing?
I was just saying I'm surprised. I didn't. I was playing on keyboard this whole time. I didn't realize I wasn't playing on controller.
How do you not realize that?
I don't know. I'm so used to. I think usually when I start streaming, especially for the tournament recently, usually my controller is Bluetooth, so I don't usually turn it on during streams.
Actually, I thought you normally played on mobile.
Really?
I thought you did. Is that not right?
I don't think so.
Did you ever play on mobile?
I've probably played like once or twice, but I only downloaded it for the sake of downloading it.
Gotcha.
Just to give Smash Cards one more download.
Well, I mean, you also just get more spins.
True. Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah. I mean, I used to play on keyboard for the longest time, and then Sean introduced me to controller, and I'm like, I can't go back now.
That's interesting. Are you able to W tap though with like controller?
Well, I think it's the same principle applies, because if you're just mapping the W to another button, if you tap that button at the same speed as you would tap W.
Okay, so you're not. Wait, are you turning with a joystick though?
That depends. I mean, I'm really indecisive when it comes to setup. Like, even when I'm playing on keyboard, I've changed the way I play on keyboard like 4 times. So originally I used to play only on my left hand, WASD, and so everything was left hand. But I don't know if I've told you this before, but usually gamers use 3 fingers for WASD, right?
Yeah, no, I do that too.
I used to use 2, so I used to use my middle finger
That's
and
wild.
my index. So I just do all WSD with just 2 fingers, and then my thumb for spacebar.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
That's how it was at first, and then I heard from Outrun that he plays on the numpad, so I tried that for a little bit.
Dude, playing on the numpad is insane.
Yeah, it's crazy. I always forget, like, I think if you get used to it, it's pretty good, but then I tried using the arrow keys, but I don't like using just my right hand, so I started going forward and backward on the arrow keys, and left and right on WSD. So A and D basically.
What the heck, Gobi?
So like right now on keyboard I'm going forward and backward on arrows and left and right on A and D.
Interesting.
Kind of confusing to explain, but I mean I always prefer on playing on controller because it's just so comfortable.
Uh-huh.
There we go. Uh-oh.
No, come back, machine gun, please. Okay, let's go. Wait, don't kill me. No, the star.
Out of all the seasons that we've had so far, what's your favorite one?
I've pretty much said the space one every time just because of the map. That's pretty cool.
That's true.
Wait, the game's not letting me spawn back in? Okay, there we go. Uh-oh.
Will Diamond Blade be the first person to ever get all 5 gold items? Or will it be gold?
Oh man, how did he know to dodge that? That's crazy.
Let's see if I can get one more here, just for good measure. Uh-oh. No! Okay.
Show with another W.
There's mines there.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
You ever complete that get 20 kills in a round challenge?
I have actually. I think I did. I got it a couple of times today. But I don't know if it was a challenge in today's.
A couple times today.
Yeah. I mean, today was surprisingly a good day for FA.
Dang.
This is one of those days, I think. But doesn't usually happen. I average probably around 16, but nothing higher than that nowadays. But today was special. What time is it? Let's see here. Oh dang, okay. It's 10:30? Dang, okay. I didn't even notice what time it is.
Bro, it's so hard to track people in the Asia server for me.
Yeah, I haven't realized that we can switch servers if you want. Head to the EU.
Oh no, that's fine. This is your stream.
Ooh, good shot from Okay. It's a great name. Big root box?
Uh,
Okay. Nice. Alright, let's see what's happening here. I didn't even read the chat. Such a bad streamer. We're gonna pop out chat for this one.
sometimes you just get lost in the grind, you know.
Yeah. The good thing about a Mac, I think you can do this on Windows too, is like you can swipe through Windows and applications so quickly that it's quite easy when you're streaming.
Yeah.
Instead of having to click and then go out of the application, you can just use 3 fingers and swipe. This is pretty convenient. So that's one of the perks of streaming on a Mac.
I recently upgraded my setup to have a third monitor.
Oh dang!
So I can have a chat, Smash Karts, and then
OBS.
either OBS or
Yeah.
Discord. I just have to flip between them.
That's crazy. That is the ultimate setup.
The ultimate setup is another one, so I can separate OBS and Discord.
How do you have it oriented? Like just 3 monitors facing you, or is it like the TIE Fighter setup? Where like 2 are vertical and then there's the one on
No, I
top
have
of
my
it.
main setup actually on the right because it's my best monitor, and then the one in the middle I just use for Discord or OBS, and then off to the left is a vertical monitor
Gotcha. Yeah, that makes sense.
that I use for chat.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah, I saw like there's some neighborhood sale. Someone trying to get rid of a bunch of monitors, selling this
Yeah.
nice monitor for $20. I was like, I'll take another monitor. Yeah.
Yeah.
Burning Blubber lost, bruh. Yeah.
I know.
Unfortunate.
Sad.
We wanted to see the Burning Rubber versus Burning Blubber match down below.
Yeah.
Maybe you can do it unofficially.
Oh, true. Just for the content.
I think there. I would really like to see another. Um, Crap, I forgot the name of the tournament style. But is it round robin where
You play
like
everybody?
a lot of teams? Yeah, you play everyone.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's round robin. Yeah. I think that's how we had it for the first two ones, right? The first two.
The one that that one that was really big a while back. That was round robin. That was fun because then you got to see a lot of like matches
That's
against.
true. It was point based, I guess. It's like a you put into like a
Yeah.
group A, group B, and the top two teams from each group.
There's another style like that where instead of round robin where every team has to play every other team,
Right.
you just do a set amount of rounds and you just choose two teams that are similarly matched every time based on whatever their current win streak is or win record.
Right.
And so that means you don't have to do as many games, but you still get a lot of exciting matches.
Yeah. That's a good point, actually. I think teams tournaments are the most fun kind of tournaments, to be honest.
Yeah,
Do you
I agree.
prefer the schedule to play or like one day teams tournaments? Because we've had both.
Um, I mean, I definitely liked the all one day kind of tournaments
Mm-hmm.
for streaming because that I just like had one day I knew I was gonna be streaming, got to stream the event, and it was like cut and finish. But like I understand the schedule style tournaments as well.
Right.
It just is makes more sense for scheduling.
Yeah.
But yeah, like as tournaments get bigger and stuff, it doesn't make sense to do them all in one day because then like before they were like 3 hours, but
True,
now
true,
they'll
true.
probably even be longer. Especially for a teams tournament, I don't think that's ever possible to do it all in one
Yeah,
day.
that's a good point.
So I think scheduled tournaments are just the way they have to be done.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you there. Oh, actually, I've got a lot of requests from subscribers and fans to do a video where I'm just showing the characters and items that I have in Smash Cards, which is a pretty interesting concept.
He's making it right now. He's showing you
Making it
them.
right now. So you can see, I love the presets, to be honest. Like having 3 card presets is so convenient. For someone who
Oh
has
yeah, I
such
love that new feature.
for someone who has such high OCD, I just love it. Like I have one for streaming, one for Smash, one for YouTube, or one for like tournament streams and things like that.
Right.
I wish you could have like infinite amount of presets. That'd be so convenient. I mean, I guess then you wouldn't need to have any presets if you could just have infinite. You could just change it. But
Yeah.
I guess it has to be a set number for it to make sense. Ooh, okay, I like that.
Oh yeah. Okay, I remember the tournament style. Swiss style. So Swiss
Swiss,
style is
that's it. Yeah.
like you don't. Yeah, like every team doesn't have to play every team. It's just based off of if one team wins, like if they have a record of 2-0 currently,
Mm-hmm.
then they play the next team that is also like has a 2-0 streak or whatever.
Right.
But I played in a tournament like that where like in a different game, uh, where I wasn't as as good at the game as everyone else. So like I would have been immediately out in like an elimination style tournament, but I still
Right.
got to play like in the other matches and just like
Right. Right.
essentially practice, see
Yeah.
what like higher level play was.
Yeah.
Uh, and it was a lot of fun because I still got to play. I ended up winning like one of the games out of all of them I played, but it was a
Yeah.
good like learning experience and it was a lot of fun too.
That's true. When Super Smash was still hosting tournaments, even before he became official, actually, we sat down in a call and we went through a lot of different tournament formats. Not just FFA, but teams, 1v1, CTF, hat holder, gem collector. We went through so many different formats and different styles of. So I learned a lot about. I mean, I think as a host, it can be very. I guess one-day tournaments, especially since, like you said, it's so big nowadays. One-day tournaments can get so frustrating to host, but I think schedule to play can be equally frustrating if you don't have enough refs. So I
Right.
think each before a tournament gets hosted, like what Ray has done this time is he's given the refs quite vigorous training as well. Because I think he's given all the refs training for this one.
Oh wow, that's
Yeah,
awesome.
so I think when I've only refed for one other tournament, which was bosses. We didn't go. I think that was a 1v1 tournament, so we didn't really have to do much with the like the rules were way less complex. Uh, but the scoring and using the bot was pretty much the same. Pretty much that's all we had to know at that point. But for this one, we had to like learn a lot from the doc as well, because teams tournaments have disputes and I mean what other tournaments have as well, but this is a little bit more complicated. So I think it's going to be. I think I've heard of have you heard of the AX tournaments as well, like on their server?
No, I'm not familiar with theirs.
Yeah. So I didn't hear about this until recently, but I found out from Ray that there are a lot of pros from the Tall Team server who play on a different server, known as I think it's called the AX tournament server. I'm not sure what the name is, but I know it's hosted or it's being it's owned by a couple of AX members. So AX is like a clan, like BR.
Right.
So I think they host CTF tournaments pretty often, and they host teams tournaments as well. I heard a lot of. I think they even have a YouTube channel actually. I see them. I think it's Horizontal who keeps posting the replays of matches on Tall Team. And yeah, I see Diamond Blade playing SK user. I was interested to see. I think they have got a really good format for CTF tournaments, which we haven't really explored in officially on Tall Team. So I think there are talks of maybe hosting a official CTF tournament.
Yeah, I would love to see a CTF tournament.
Yeah, that is really where a team game is. You know, that's the best of the best when it comes to team strategy.
Yeah, because then you can really see the strategy play. Because like the strategy always with like these games is just like good positioning, and just getting a lot of kills, right? But
Yeah.
then when there's the objective of capture flag, I think it's also a lot easier to commentate over something like that.
Oh, true.
'Cause you can commentate on the how what is going on in the game with the flag state. I think it's easy for the.
I think it's also not as
viewers to
fast-paced
follow
as
as well.
what we have right now, because it's a bit of a slower
Right.
game. So yeah, commentary is definitely, I would assume, it's easier. But I think actually,
I think probably more exciting too.
oh yeah, true. I mean, I think crazy stuff can happen in a CTF game. So I mean, it's so always hilarious when the flag just despawns or like it's just in the air and you can't get it. It's just hilarious.
Right.
Yeah, that'll be really interesting. I would love to see that.
That would be interesting though, because then you have to figure out capture flag. It's kind of buggy sometimes.
That's
Like what
true,
do you
that's
do in
true.
the cases like with a
Yeah.
you just have to restart a match at whatever the current score was or something. Like that could get weird.
Yeah. That'd be complicated to work out. But I was actually, since I've played in so many teams tournaments, I can say that in this tournament especially, there's a lot of strategy that's going on in between teams, because I think the
Oh, absolutely.
last time
There
around
definitely is a lot of strategy. It's just hard to
execute.
see it from the outside.
Oh yeah, that's true as well. Because I was
Unless you're
just,
listening to their commentary,
yeah, that's
like
true.
as they're,
Yeah.
they're
Because
speaking
I mean,
in, like a VC or something like that.
I remember in the first team tournament hosted by Hubster, there was very few teams using VC.
Yeah,
Well, I remember like everyone like, as use VC, it'll be so overpowered. The coordination is gonna be so good. But I didn't use VC because at that time I was recording those matches and I didn't want any interference on FPS or lag or ping or anything like that. So I wouldn't join VC. And I think at that time also I teamed up with. That was the first time I was teaming up with Excellence and Constantinos and Ancient. And I've never spoken to these guys, so I wasn't pretty sure if I wanted to get on VC with them. So at that time,
right.
the strategy was, it was still like, there was still a lot of strategy happening between teams, but now it's like crazy because all teammates have played with other members from other teams. They know how they play, they know what maps they're good on and what they're bad on. Since each team can pick one map each as well, you can strategize accordingly. You can maybe pick an unexpected map. You can try to remember what map the other team is bad at or good at. For example, since I play with SKCL a lot, SKCL is just an example. He's not a really good example because he's pretty much good at all maps. But because I played with him a lot, I know he's strong on certain maps. Or maybe weak on certain maps, for example. So you can another interesting thing is you can change the lineups mid-game as well. So if you need like something not working out, just get another teammate to change up the momentum.
Right.
So it's actually a really interesting and very complicated team tournament to be hosting. So kudos to Ray for hosting this one.
Absolutely.
I know he put a lot of time into this one, so respect. And
Ray's been grinding just
Yeah.
in general, man.
he's just a grinder. I need to try to film and shoot the next podcast episode before my summer break gets over.
Yeah. Who are you podcasting with? Or you still need to figure that out or whatever?
I have a couple of people in mind, but scheduling is a nightmare. It really is.
Yeah.
I mean, I think playing Smash Cups with someone is much easier because it's maybe a shorter amount of time, but it's harder to, I guess, ask somebody to. It's understandable. Ask somebody to take out maybe like an hour in that day. So it
Right.
can be tough, especially for people who are college students or even older, which most of my guest list is. So
Right.
still figuring that out, but I think it's a really cool thing to. I mean, I love live streams for that reason, where everyone gets on VC, and even if we're commentating on the game, like for example what we're doing right now, we're just sharing opinions on tournament formats and future trophy items and just a good conversation in general. I think streams are a bit more casual as well, so maybe I think for the next podcast episode it'll probably be live streamed. Try doing that.
That's cool. Then you could pull like viewer questions.
Yeah, that'd be good as well. Be like a Q&A session.
Right.
Yeah, that'd be interesting as well.
I've wanted to do that with Tall Team Devs. I think that'd be a lot of fun.
That'd be really cool, yeah.
Is there a strategy for holding Lob Grenouille, or do you just have to get lucky?
For
Never figured
cannonballs,
out
I think for
system.
cannonballs there is, because I noticed that whenever this usually happens on controller. It doesn't usually happen on keyboard for me, but it happens really often on controller. So I don't know if that's a thing with the input. I'm not sure what the idea behind that is, but I've noticed that it happens way more often when I'm playing on controller.
But like, are you able to do it like in a consistent way, or is it like it just happens more often?
A bit of both. So there is a technique for it. Like I've noticed that when I do this, it has more chances of it happening. But there's no
What is
certainty.
this?
Well, okay. So it's on a controller. I'm using my own like keybinds. I'm not using the one that Smash Cut has. So I have separate keys set up for different things. So for me, the right trigger is basically, or the right shoulder is spacebar. So I have an interesting way of turning as well. So most people, if they want to turn, they W tap, right?
Yep.
I usually tap W and then reverse, so that you get a quick turn. It's usually on the same speed as a W tap, but it's just a easier motion, I think. So when I do that, and if I hold the right shoulder for longer than usual, and I get a cannonball as the next item, I can hold it for a long time. So for example, if I'm doing a lobbers only match and I know that lobbers is going to come next, if I do what I just said correctly, I'll be able to hold the cannonball.
That's interesting.
That could just be like a really insane luck of me doing it every single time I try it, but yeah, that's very unlikely. It could just, but it's much harder on. I tried the same thing on keyboard, but it doesn't work. It's more random on keyboard, I think. I don't know how the principle behind that either, but it can be useful and it can be kind of bad sometimes. Depends.
Yeah, I mean, if anyone ever like found a consistent way of doing that, it'd be so powerful, I think.
Yeah. Do we have any more games today? Do you know?
Let me look at match times. I don't see anything listed on match times.
Gotcha. Yeah. I'm thinking of getting some Smash Cards merchandise made.
Like making your own?
Yeah, well, not for the viewers, that'd be expensive, but just to see how
Oh,
it looks
like-
like. Just, for example, if
You
I...
want to make some for yourself, you're saying?
Yeah, exactly. I probably shouldn't have said that on stream, but
I think it would be cool to make like a Smash Cap.
yeah, or like something like a mug or something with some like catchphrase. Like I remember Smash Cards back in the day when we used to die, there used to be like catchphrases or like phrases right after you die, like it's raining cannonballs, hallelujah, something like that.
Put a rocket in your pocket.
Yeah, exactly. So
I missed that one, bro. The rocket in your
that's
pocket
true.
one.
Oh, Houston, we got a problem.
Yeah. I wish they didn't get rid of those, man.
Yeah. If I could get that on a mug with the Smash Cards logo, that'd be pretty funny.
hmm
I wonder if Smash Cards will ever get big enough to be released on consoles.
Maybe, I don't know. I feel like
I think
a
Smash Cards.
lot of work would need to be done for like quality of life first. If
Yeah,
they wanted
definitely.
to. Because it still very much feels like a browser-based game.
Yeah, definitely. I think also people playing on console tend to play for long periods of time. And
Right.
unless you're grinding in Smash Cards, for example, like I'm level 150, other than the daily challenges, there's nothing much for me to do. That's why I love when tournaments happen, like especially scheduled to play ones.
Right.
So I would assume that for it to be released on console, it's going to need some sort of, like, you know, like most games on console, like open world games, or like where you can, the more time you put in, the more fun you have, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I think Smash also needs some sort of element like that, which they don't have for. I guess they do have for beginners, but not in ideally the way you would want to sell the game. I think they
Right.
can get big enough though, for sure. I think they'll get the user base, but they need to optimize the game for that first.
It would also be kind of strange too, because console gamers would probably like never expect ads in their game, and that's
True.
how Smash Karts is based off of.
Right.
So,
That's a good point.
console viewer base probably not going to accept like having ads in their game, but
Right.
that's how Smash Karts is monetized. It would be an interesting thing to see how that would turn out.
I wish we could have I don't know if there's any public metric of how many users we have for web and for mobile. But I know on the on the Google App Store, Google Play Store has more than 1 million downloads, which is pretty impressive.
Yeah, I know that Tall Team would rather their player base be on mobile.
Right.
It's just financially better to have their player base on mobile.
I think
But the game I think is just a better experience on PC.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah. I think I can bring up the same point of time spent on the device, because I don't know many mobile players who play for long periods of time.
I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't really know.
Depends, I guess. It depends on the age as well there. I don't know many people my age who play. They would definitely play longer on a computer. Or it depends on the comfort of the game. But I'm a huge mobile guy. I actually don't even like using my phone at all for anything. So.
Oh yeah, I never play a serious game of Smash Karts on my phone.
Yeah.
Control-wise, it's just
Yeah, it's a big. Yeah.
for me, it just doesn't work.
I know people who are really. I mean, there are really good mobile players. Like Hyperbola was mobile player. Then we had who else did we have? We had NA who was mobile as well.
Yeah.
We got some
There are a
crazy
lot
mobile
of
players.
good players on mobile, which I was surprised. I didn't think there was gonna be a whole lot of crazy good mobile players.
Yeah, I don't think
but
they could be that good. Like actually possible for it to be that good, considering the controls. But I guess maybe that is used to gaming on phone anyway.
Right.
I feel like Smash Bros is just can be a better experience with a joystick involved. Like I can just imagine playing Smash Bros on a Nintendo would be pretty fun.
I've never been a huge like console gamers. I never got used to like
A controller, yeah,
controller all that much.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I like the precise like adjustments you can make with like WASD and
That's true,
keyboard.
that's true.
But there are still some games that like are just not playable without a
Controller.
console controller. Yeah.
Actually, I have not grown up playing a lot of video games. Like it was generally not much of a thing in my household. I spend most of my time. I would love to say reading books, but I don't read books at all. So maybe I most of my time was, as a kid at least, was spent practicing the piano for hours and hours and hours. So I didn't really
nice.
play many video games. I think the first computer game that I played was when I was like I think maybe 13 when I played a computer game, and prior to that this is a long time ago, back in the day when I used to play games on a tablet. So I used to even play Minecraft on a tablet, which is not the greatest gaming experience.
Yeah.
But when you are between the ages of 7 and 10, you kind of just happy with what you got. So
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I used to just
Yeah,
game.
Minecraft is a good example though of like you can play it with a controller, but the experience on keyboard I think is just so
Oh
much
yeah,
more
yeah. I
better.
think Minecraft is actually a very difficult to enjoy on controller.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, I mean, I think I would assume FIFA as well. Like, I mean, FIFA is meant to be a controller game. I think they kind of just allowed, you know, to use keyboard as well. I don't think they can. I'm not sure. I think the latest versions of FIFA is just getting harder and harder to play on. I don't think you can even play on keyboard anymore.
Yeah, I have not played much. Actually, I could probably count the number of times I played FIFA on one hand.
Yeah, so yeah, I never really grew up playing many games. I don't know if you heard of dgib.io, but it's actually
Is that the tank one?
yeah, exactly.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I was pretty. Actually, I made a couple of my first YouTube videos on a computer on that game. I used to play that a lot. With commentary, actually, surprisingly, with my really high pitched voice. Uh, but I also just love playing the game. And then, so I am the kind of person who finds a game and then sticks to it. I don't like playing multiple different games. I don't know. That's just a personal thing. Maybe just because I'm not grown up playing games, but I just don't like
Yeah.
playing multiple different games. So when I found Smash Cards on, I think it was Pokey. Second I found it, I haven't played any other game on my computer since.
Yeah, I mean like Smash Karts is just like I remember when I discovered it, I was like, wow, this is like really good for an IO game.
Yeah, yeah, I know. That's what was shocking actually, to be honest. Yeah, so I mean, I do have an Xbox Series S at home, so I occasionally play FIFA with my dad and Jude, but other than that, I'm not a huge gamer. That's why I can probably say I'm a strictly Smash Cards gamer, to be honest.
I used to like kind of do what you did where like kind of stick to one game,
Mm-hmm.
but I've as of more recently like I actually just dipped my toe into a lot of different games and just not commit to all of them.
Right, right, right. I think that could be pretty fun with if you're doing it with friends, to be honest.
Oh yeah, I mean that's the reason why is because
Oh yeah,
the
that makes
friend
sense.
group,
Right,
you know, like always wanting to try out new stuff,
right, yeah.
and the
Oh,
experience with friends is so much more fun
yeah,
because
definitely.
you don't have to like take the game super seriously. You're just like kind of hanging out.
Yeah, I think if Smash Cards can add more like those kind of elements where I mean they've done a good job with that. I remember when they added the friend list update and the teams update. That's all great, but I feel like they're gonna change up. They're gonna bring something new, like not necessarily game mode, but maybe like a playstyle.
Right.
Some like I know a lot of people have been asking for a racing mode, which that doesn't require any smashing of any sort, whereas all other modes of Smash Cards requires some form of smashing.
Yeah, like Smash Karts, I think like in order for a racing mode to be fun would need like a rework of mechanics specifically for the racing mode.
Yeah,
Like you'd obviously need to have separate tracks. You couldn't use any of the existing maps.
definitely.
Um, and then you'd need to have like most good like racing games have some sort of drifting mechanic for gaining extra speed or some way to gain extra speed.
Right,
And Smash Karts doesn't have drifting
right,
in the sense of where you activate it, other than it just kind of looks like you're drifting when you turn.
exactly.
It's not really the same.
You're not exactly doing it.
Um,
Yeah,
right.
that's a good point. Yeah,
And the weapon, you probably need different weapons too, like something more similar to Mario,
yeah,
because
definitely.
these weapons have all been designed for a free-for-all style thing.
Right.
Um, but it would be cool to see what.
Like,
So it would definitely require so much more work
yeah, definitely.
to make, maintain, and all that kind of stuff, which
Absolutely.
I don't
Yeah.
know if Tall Team is looking to do it all.
That could not might not be worth it for them. I guess for them for that
I don't. Yeah.
for them to do that, there got to be a huge demand. which I don't
There has
know
to
if
be a
there
huge
is. So
demand and also like like some sort of significant payoff.
yeah,
Like I don't know. I'm just like comparing to something like Hat Holder, like a different mode, but like I wonder how much of the Smash Kart population is playing it.
right, exactly.
Like if you made a huge like, and that's not wasn't a huge uh like risk if I guess not a lot of people played Hat Holder because it that one can be easily rotated out. It's not like they had to make a bunch of brand new maps and
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that. It's just like, but like in a racing thing, you'd have to make a bunch of custom maps, probably custom weapons,
Right.
new mechanics. Um, so if that were to flop, that would be a lot of waste of resources to
Yeah. Yeah.
dedicate time and effort and money into. But
Right.
at the same time, I think done right, a racing mode in Smash Cards would be like a ton of fun.
Yeah. Definitely. Yeah.
Dude, what I think like Smash Cards like could like capitalize on would make it really fun and allow for a lot of interesting like stuff. It's just like an even better revamp of like the custom lobby system
Mm-hmm.
to where uh, you could make a room with you could set like the weapons like each team or each person could get. Like you could come up with like interesting stuff.
Yep.
It could be interesting to see like straight shooters versus lobbers. Like
Right. Right. Right.
how
Right.
does that
Yeah.
play out?
That's a good way. Yeah. That's a good point
Just
actually. Yeah.
experimentation kind of stuff.
Yeah. They're
Because I've
gonna.
wanted to do stuff like that in the past where like I could set like certain things in the lobby to like pull off something, but like it's just not possible right now.
Right. But I think things like, for example, just experimenting with things with the game modes and the settings that we have already won't necessarily bring new people to the game. It'll just make the people playing the game already playing, make that experience more fun for them.
Yeah.
Whereas I think, I don't know, I'm not sure what Total Team are focusing on, whether it's, I mean, any company, any game is focusing on growth, but they got to keep their user base happy. Otherwise, they're going to be left with nothing. So,
Well, I mean, I can tell you what they're focusing on cosmetics because I mean
true, true, true.
that is how they make money right now,
Yeah,
other than ads.
right.
Um,
Yeah, that makes sense for a. That makes sense.
yeah.
You could actually even tell by the game itself, the way it's designed. It's optimized for that. So, yeah, that makes sense.
hmm The devs should increase the level cap, says Moed.
Yeah, they should. Yeah, they probably should. But I mean, it's a 150 now, so I guess they could take it up to 200. Not of that
I
big
wonder
of a
how
gap,
long it
but
would take to start from beginning again, go to 0 and level 150 again. Because I've been playing this game for like, okay, actually we have to start at the time where the level system was introduced, so that would have
yeah,
been
probably 2 years back now,
2 years back.
or probably little over 2 years. Yeah,
I mean, it's a long journey to get like for everyone who's like anyone who's in this stream right now has probably played for a while.
mm-hmm.
Um, and is probably at least level 50 or something like that.
Definitely.
So them it's like, yeah, like extra level seems good, but like imagine starting from the beginning. Like you just got introduced to Smash Cards. There's 200 levels or something like that,
Yeah,
and that's like a 2-year journey.
that doesn't really. But the problem with that is, even if they do complete the 2 year journey, by the time they reach level 200, they'll just increase the level cap to 300. So
Yeah,
it's not
exactly.
gonna feel accomplished. Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, it's kind of a hard one. I'm not sure.
It's a difficult. I mean, there's a lot to think about. So I can understand. There's a lot of work that goes into this kind of stuff that people don't realize. Not just the designing of the game, but actually the fundamentals of. They need to think of how the users are going to use it. So
Right.
I've seen some games that are designed and visually really cool, but it just doesn't make any sense when you play them. Like plenty of, I guess, gaming companies and organizations, they probably focus on the looks because they need some sort of visual hook, but
Mm-hmm.
depends on the user base as well. But I would assume for an app, both up or for like a a web browser, for a website, or for a game, visuals is as important as usability and easy use for users as well. So
Another thing I've seen that's like that good games are able to do for like keeping the community engaged are
true,
games
true.
that allow for like mods and like I think of like something like Minecraft. Minecraft has like the perfect like structure to where like there are so many different ways to play that game
Yeah,
that it can appeal to so many different communities.
yeah,
They have a huge modding scene.
yep.
Um, an
They have the
incredible amount of customization, like as
Yep.
far as like different. I mean, again, just different ways you can play the game.
Yeah, definitely. And it's not that confusing either. Like, I would say sometimes giving too many options might be a problem. But for Minecraft, they've got that nailed down because they have so many people playing the game, and not just now, since they've been a game itself. They just had an incredible amount of users.
Yeah.
I think in
Yeah,
some
but
games,
the fact that it can be like played as single player and it's an interesting experience,
yeah,
and
that's
also
right.
can be played multiplayer and that can be a really fun experience.
I mean, some
I mean,
games,
you can't like expect that kind of level of like flexibility with other games because like I mean, Minecraft is a sandbox game, so just by nature
right?
allows for like that kind of stuff.
Exactly.
But
Yeah.
I think even something like uh, allowing users to do more custom stuff would be really
Right.
cool.
Yeah.
But
Mine-
it's hard, I think, with a game like Smash Karts because Smash Karts is complicated. Like, more complicated in the sense of like, how do you let users like change stuff?
Yeah.
I feel like your user base would need to be a lot more competent in programming or something for this.
I think also the age range for users will be important in certain scenarios as well.
Right, yeah, because the user base is a lot younger.
Yeah, I mean for
There might
games
not
like
be a lot of
Minecraft,
people that is able to do that.
yeah, I mean games like Minecraft, they do have a pretty wide range for the age of the users, but I would assume these are people who are pretty, probably mature enough to work the computer pretty well. It's not limited to anybody. It's pretty
Yeah, I
easy to
guess that's
use.
another huge like upside of Minecraft being that it literally can appeal to like all ages.
Yeah, that's great. It's one of the few games that can do that, especially for a global audience. It's pretty impressive that they got it nailed down. Like it's crazy.
Wild.
Yeah, actually.
And yeah, I think it's because their player base being so huge is that the game has been allowed to exist
Experiment as well, yeah.
as a one-time payment
Right.
sort of game for so long.
Yeah, exactly.
And not need like a battle pass or something
Yeah.
like that. I mean, like I guess the Microsoft version of it now has like the store,
Yeah.
but the Java existence is still able to exist currently.
Right. That's a good point as well. Yeah.
But for a brand new game to like try and create an experience like that it's hard. I think harder with a one-time payment method
Yeah,
for like a live service sort of thing.
right. Or they're going to need to have some really crazy sales when it comes to new customers per month, for it to make sense for a one-time payout.
Right.
Notice for
Or you gotta. Are you familiar with Lethal Company?
I have heard of. I have heard that name before.
That was one of the cases of a game that one-time payment on Steam, but they just got a ton of users, and
Right,
that game made bank.
right.
Dang, 18 kills, Joe. Sheesh.
I'm just trying the different variations of playing on keyboard again, just to see what's popping and what's not. This is just left hand, 2 fingers WSD right now.
You guys should be devs. Your ideas are good. We just have ideas, but like implementation is harder.
Might have to change the stream name to A Conversation with Josh SK.
Real. I mean, we don't know like what's the other factors, right? Too
Yeah,
like
true.
it's like I don't have any idea how their system of lobbies work and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Different servers.
Right.
There's probably like other considerations that we just don't know about that make certain ideas that we think are really good
Yeah.
a lot harder to
Yeah.
implement.
Right. But I guess, like you said, as users, what we can do is just come up with what's best for the future of the game in terms of accessibility and people actually using it. Whereas the devs can focus on what makes the game appealing, but we can share our opinions on what makes the game, what makes you want to play it again.
Right.
Like you said, there are a lot of factors we are completely unaware of, which probably makes a lot of our ideas completely contradictory. But
What do you think would be like the best idea that Tall Team could like reasonably implement that wouldn't be like incredibly like resource dependent, but could have like immediate like good impact?
that depends of whether they're trying to get a completely new audience and new members, or they're just trying to make the game really just a bit more like a revamp, like just the game more
I
fun.
think it like with the goal being of acquiring new users, and that also like is bringing something new, fresh to the game for existing users.
Maybe a different type. I mean, I think the only time I can remember they've already done this once, where they just changed the UI of the game and the graphics of the game a little bit. For example, on Space Station, if you play on Space Station, the graphics inside the map, everything that is inside the map, it looks completely different to the other maps of Smash Cuts. Even your cart, for some reason, they never really understood. Not sure how that works, but everything looks like Minecraft with shaders on, basically. Which I think is pretty cool, because I remember when the Space Station update came out. Usually when updates come out, when they come with new maps, a lot of people are playing on them. But I remember when Space Station came out, a lot of people were playing on them. Like, it was very hard to get into lobbies. They had to make it 16 player, and then even when that happened, it was just so many players were playing it at the time of the update. So I would assume for trying to get new people, the first thing when you open a game, the first thing you notice is the controls and the visual effect, like just the effect it has on you visually. So for people who've been playing the game for 3 years now, it feels pretty much the same. Like, I know there's definitely a visual difference from now and 3 years back, 100%. But like I said, the mechanics has been pretty much the same. You know, weapons have been the same. They got to bring in as much creativity visually as possible, without having to spend too much time on it and hope that it pays off.
Yo, I have a question for you. So like, I know there's a lot of members who are like, dang, it'd be so cool to like get this new weapon idea or whatever. Um,
Right.
and I think about like the other side of the coin where it's like balance wise, like I feel like the weapons right now, like barring machine guns, are like really like balanced in the
Yeah.
way of uh you know, you've got like 3 straight shooters, you got 2 lobbers, you got 2 weapons that are able to speed you up and you make contact kind of style,
Right.
and then you have like 2 trap kind of style things. And when you add another weapon to the pool, you're kind of tipping that balance of like uh of what you expect to see.
Yeah.
What do
Yeah.
you like if you were to add a new weapon to keep the game like in a balanced state? What kind of weapon would it be?
But we've got plenty of weapons that are used for attacking, but we don't really have weapons for defensive uses, which can be very useful in certain game modes. For example, hat holder, gem collector, capture the flag, where you need some form of running away or dodging, for example. So maybe some sort of element that maybe protects you. No, I'm not saying like a shield. A shield shield could be nice, but I guess it's pretty much the same thing with invincibility. Invincibility is just a better shield. Because you can get a kill with it too. So I don't see any use of maybe a shield, but maybe like a short speed boost, like a really quick speed boost, like you just like almost the same effect that we have on the jump pads, or maybe something like some sort of protective mechanism that it saves you for a short period of time, and you use it when you need it, but it's maybe they have to add multiple weapons for that to make sense. But that also depends on the game mode. But I think we have enough and more weapons used for attacking. Like I think mines are one of the only weapons you really don't attack someone with, or like maybe a fake loot box. So maybe some sort of defensive element.
I
would
think
be
if
cool.
they added a defensive weapon though, you'd have to make sure that it's some sort of style of weapon that you're not stuck with for a while, I think.
Yeah.
Because like you said, every weapon is generally geared towards getting a kill, right?
Right.
So if occasionally you're getting a weapon that is not getting a kill and is just used for like, I don't know, speeding around or whatever, and you're not able to get rid of it quickly,
Right.
I think that could be a little strange.
It could be
But
like-
I think something like that, I think you can make it dual purpose, right? Like,
Right.
because I like the way like spikes can be used defensively in the sense of repositioning, but are also just used to get kills.
Right.
I think that's like
Yeah, I mean, like you said,
a good way to
since-
do that.
I mean, it wouldn't make sense to get defensive weapons when you're playing FFA, because that's just not how the game works. It's a bit more quick, where you wouldn't want to waste the weapon on purpose. Like you're like, oh no, it's like the same machine gun effect. Second you get a machine gun, no one really looks for a player, because if you're trying to get a high score in FFA, you don't really try to waste any time, especially on a machine gun. So you just try to waste it
Right.
as soon as possible and then move on to the next weapon, and hope it's not another machine gun. So
Right.
I think, like I said, maybe if they're adding a defensive element in terms of weapons, it'll have to be specifically for certain game modes. But again, it'll have to be like we have lobbers and like spikes and invincibility only. It'll have to be something like that, because if we're gonna get these defensive weapons at random times, there may be certain instances where you get them when you need it, and you get them when you don't. So it'll have to
Right.
be very specific, which probably won't make sense in the long run to get one weapon specifically for one particular game mode. So maybe because the game is based around aggression or some sort of attacking or smashing, as the name suggests, it would make sense to not. I don't know if people want another type of shooting item. I doubt they want anything more. Maybe another lobber, that'd be interesting. I don't know how they would introduce that, but maybe with a different effect.
Right.
But
Yeah.
I think lobbers are like for the one thing that both lobbers have in common is you can shoot long range, and you have to hold the spacebar. So I think that's what distincts lobbers from other weapons. Whereas you can use a lobber nook defensively because you can place them and they don't explode right away. So that's a defensive element as well. Like you can place them onto the bridge, and you can run away. You can possibly get a kill, or if you're running away, you can just place it in front of you. So if someone's chasing you, they'll run into it. So it depends, but I don't know. I don't know if adding a new weapon would make sense going forward. It depends on the goal ultimately. But
Right.
I think if Smash Bros wants like a lot of new members, or like they're just trying to, just like how I found the game. I just looked at Poki, looking for IO games. That's pretty. Since they have platforms like that to advertise certain games, where like Poki and Crazy Games are pretty popular amongst a certain age group. So when they find the game, they find it young, and then they stay in the game. This is the element. I think I just, because of the fact that I usually just play one game at a time, is why I probably stayed this long, or this active on Smash Cuts. Whereas other people who play multiple different games play Smash Cuts occasionally, but it's not like their main game.
Yeah.
But I think for new users, they gotta change the visuals. Maybe not something completely different, because if it's completely different, it can seem maybe terrible to the old user base, like the people who are playing, like you and me.
Yeah, that's actually a really interesting conversation, right? Because like I remember when they first did the visual change, and there was a lot of die-hard, love to not get rid of the old character designs.
Right.
Which, like, looking back now, it's like the newer ones, in my opinion, like fit a lot better with the style than some of the old retro ones. I'm still happy that the retro ones exist, but I wonder if the devs are like, man, these feel really out of place now.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
imagine you discover this game today, and you see, regular bumper, and then you get like retro bumper, and it's like, this looks completely different from the style of everything else.
But it's probably a good thing they call it retro bumper, just so that if someone finds a game, like someone new finds a game, for example, like someone happens to find my stream and like, oh, this game seems nice, and they hop on the game and they just look through the characters. It's probably a good thing they label it as retro bumper. Whereas if they just came up with another character name, it'll seem like one of the characters that has been newly released, and they'll be like, this is terrible. So I'm glad they made sure that it's definitely distinct. It's distinct in terms of its age. Like, it's an old character, whereas it's not something new.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, I meant more from the sense of like, I guess
for the old user.
current viewer base
Yeah.
reacting to changes about
Right.
visuals.
Yeah.
I
That's
think
totally
it's
a
healthy
problem,
for
yeah.
changes to be made to visuals. I think some people just get attached to them a little bit too much.
Yeah, I think the only way to solve that is add as much as personalization and customizability in the game as possible. That's the only way to solve and keep both parties happy, the old user base and the new user base. They can play the game how they want to play it. They can use whatever they want, and they can play whatever game they want without having to have any sort of context whatsoever, at least for the new user base. And the old user base, they can continue playing the way they're playing if they love it. If they want to try something new, they can do that as well.
Right.
The thing about a video game is there's so many things you can really do. Like, there's so many types of video games that you can create. So many different, like, some require storylines, some require long hours of playing, and some are open world, which you can just pretty much do anything. Some are really culturally relevant in certain places, and some are global games. So it's a really vast. You get a real variety when it comes to a game. So it's very difficult to stand out as a video game creator. For example, Tall Team have done a pretty good job to get a loyal community on Discord, whereas other IO games probably haven't done that great in terms of a Discord community. I'm also interested to see how, I don't know, I'm not sure who the sales and marketing head of Tall Team is, but I'm very interested to see what they do to make sure this game is, like to get new users basically. What's the marketing strategy for a game like Smash Cuts?
Right.
Because I'm particularly curious because that's what was one of the fields that I'm studying for uni. So
Oh, really? That's cool.
it's pretty interesting to see how apps especially have a very, very creative and very special way of advertising and marketing. It's not like a product. Well, it is a product essentially. An app is a product, but it's digital. It's not like a physical product. That's the real difference. Everything is a product because anything that can be sold for a price is a product. So apps especially are really interesting. I love seeing these marketing campaigns, and even like for small companies, this is really interesting to see how their ads are different from other ads. Obviously, when you see huge companies like huge tech companies like let's say for example Apple and Samsung, they have very creative ads because they need to appeal more to their audience. They can't do old stuff. They will be hated on immediately, and they have been. So for smaller companies, I always find it more interesting to watch ads of relatively unknown tech companies. It's just so interesting to see how they do stuff. Because they want to be as big as companies like Apple and Samsung, but they want to be different as well. They don't want to be. They don't want to do the exact same thing.
Viewer in chat wants to know what the code for this room is.
The code. Okay. Well, I'll play a couple more rounds and probably my hands are becoming sore from playing Smash Cuts. Probably because I haven't played on a keyboard for a long time. But
Alright.
that's the code, guys. Hold up. Let me just. Alright. Yes, that's the code. Done. I need to find. I need to add a freeze frame on OBS, so I don't have to change the screen every single time I send the code. Jackpot SK. I also saw somebody in the game earlier that says that Ray Ray is 10 subs away from 3k subs. It's kind of crazy.
Wait, really?
Yeah,
Got there quick.
That's what was said on the name in Smash Cuts, which is pretty interesting. It's like they wanted to let me know. So
Wow, he really is, man. Heard.
that's crazy.
Yeah, probably something like that. He's been growing fast, man.
Yeah, that's actually crazy.
Oh, looks like Moles made it to 3,000. I didn't see that.
Oh wow, that's crazy actually. The cool thing is I think both Mole and Ray both had 1k subs before they made their first Smash Cut video, even before they found Smash Cuts. So they're already successful YouTubers that just happened to find the game.
Yeah, super cool. Yeah, I think Ray started with
Agario. Yeah. He deserves it though. That's pretty crazy that he's playing Smash Cuts for comparatively a short time compared to us, but he's done so well. He's so good at the game as well, so it's kind of crazy.
He's really, progressed quite a bit. I think Ray Day's done a really good job of like actually implementing
YouTube principles.
angle shots like into his game, where they're actually kind of scary now.
Yeah.
Before it's like
you see
it was
him
like,
attempting
oh, it's like that's
like,
cool,
oh, no.
but I'd never do that in a game. But
Yeah.
then he's actually is like done it just so much now that he can, like, it's a threat.
Like usually when you attempt a trick shot, it's an element of luck, but Ray has done it so many times, like you kind of fear when he tries to do it. You're like, oh, what if he actually hits it?
Right.
Yeah, that's crazy actually. I feel like every Smash Cut YouTuber has one particular thing that's really stands out about them, or makes them a bit unique from the other one. It's kind of crazy. I feel like one of the most creative Smash Cut YouTubers is probably Mole. The parking stuff gets crazier and crazier every single time.
Yeah.
Then we have the editing section of premium editors like Jash and Ray and Sean with the aesthetic editing.
Let's go. Yeah, if anyone in chat is trying to like be a Smash Karts YouTuber, the best thing you can do is just do something unique, you know?
Yeah.
Something that you could be known for.
I think that's difficult to do on a game like Smash Karts,
Yeah,
to be honest.
it really is.
Because it's a lot of the stuff is very similar because we all play the same game modes and we all do the same things. That's why I think Mole is so cool, because he's
Right.
he's like probably the only one who can do it that well. I mean, there are people who park, but there are people who are really
Right, yeah, like
creative.
imagine you
Yeah.
try and make a Smash Karts channel and you're gonna focus only on parking, right?
Right,
Like,
exactly.
Mole has
commitment.
already made every video like on the maps that have the interesting parking spots right now. Like,
Yeah.
you would have to like somehow find even more interesting parking spots or something like that, or yeah.
But I think the
It'd be very
difference,
hard.
that's a one thing about Mole though, because he puts so much effort and hours into trying to get it done. He doesn't post that often, which is, I mean, it's a sacrifice that people are willing to make because his videos are so cool. But
Right.
I would assume when you're starting out, at least you gotta be consistent to at least maybe please the viewers at least. So I remember that being important when I started. But
I think making like something quality is like if you're constantly making something quality every time you put out, like that will start to stick with your viewers.
yeah,
Or even if like you're going to put out more content with less editing, if that is still always like a big payoff. Like you don't need a bunch of editing for everything, right?
Yeah.
Like if you're making a video about like you're doing some sort of collaboration with someone else, and the focus of the video is more on like that interaction, then I think you can get away with maybe having less focus on the editing. But like
Right.
something like Ray Day, like Trick Shop compilation, is really complemented well with like the editing that he does.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we have people like Ray and Dark049 who just make some pretty crazy compilation edits.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, that could be a really interesting conversation for a podcast, to be honest. What's the formula to being a Smash Karts YouTuber? Or at least if the goal is to be unique and also popular at the same time.
Yeah.
Might have to say that for another day.
For sure, man.
What the idea gets taken. Yeah, I mean, if we're going to do a podcast, if you're down for it, I can write some stuff up, and next time we do a stream like this, we can probably do a podcast episode as well.
Yeah, it could be fun.
Yeah. But like you said, we can have the chat involved as well with people.
Yeah, that would be a lot of fun.
I'll probably make
No,
like a...
one of the Smash Bros. Challenges right now is machine guns.
Oh yeah, that is. I think 3 in pinball.
Yep.
Oh yeah, that one was tough. For some reason, I wasn't getting any machine guns when I tried getting one. Like I was just getting everything except machine guns. It took me like 4 games to get the first machine gun. Maybe I should try to get Diamond Bear on a podcast and just genuinely ask him what's the secret.
Well, I feel like his niche right now is that, you know, people want to watch him because
He's just so good. Yeah.
He's just so good, right? So they want to see his gameplay.
But to be honest,
He's
his
not
editing is really
needing right
hilarious
now
too.
to add a whole lot of extra effects. He has been now, which is really cool to see. He's been adding like different sound effects,
Mm-hmm.
different little cut edits and stuff like that. Uh, but yeah, I think like the big appeal right now watching Diamond Blade is to see his gameplay, see how he plays.
That's what makes him unique.
Hmm.
At least from the rest of the YouTubers. Probably by far the best Smash Cuts player. And definitely the best Smash
And his
Cuts
like his
gameplay.
videos where he's just like kind of doing commentary over his gameplay,
Oh,
I
it's
think are
hilarious.
really
That's
unique as well, right?
that's a really
If
tough
people
skill.
like to just who also just kind of like just watch him play, it's kind of like hear his personality through his commentary, right?
Yeah, exactly. He kind of actually in many ways, more ways than one at least, he reminds me of Sean actually. In terms of
Mm-hmm.
commentary and the hilarious edits. I mean, they're both pretty funny, but I've always tried to do casual videos of just me playing Smash Bros and commentating at the same time. But I'm like that. I always, as a kid, like I said, I never played many video games. So my pastime were writing scripts and playing the keyboard. Like I used to just write movie scripts from the age of
Oh,
10.
that's super cool.
Like I made like a habit, so I would just make Google Docs and just write scripts, random stuff, whatever I feel like I want to write that day. It could be one day it could be sci-fi, the other day it's gonna be dramatic comedy, and so I just start writing stuff. So I'm always so used to having everything ready before making a video. So I find it very
Right, yeah.
difficult to come up with things on the spot. I just feel like I'm not that interesting. I think everyone has that sort of, you know, sort of like imposter syndrome around it, but.
Yeah, I think so. I think like actually storytelling, well, so like it's the basically the same concept of like commentating during your game, where the focus is not on the game. It's just like something that is happening,
Yeah,
and uh, it's not completely devoid. Like it's still like you can comment on stuff as stuff is happening in the game.
right.
But if you go in with the idea of like I'm going to be like talking about this particular topic or telling this particular story, has the best opportunity for like if you're trying to do something unique where like no one else can copy particularly your personality and your
Right,
different like the way you talk about stuff, right?
right.
And with a game like Smash Cards, then you wouldn't need to rely on like coming up with like some brand new concept of like parking or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm. I think it's kind of what Sean does actually, because for most of his commentary videos, he comes in with an agenda already and he wants to talk about, and then he just reacts to the moments in game.
Yeah.
Like you know, he will either want to talk about an update or something that's happened recently, like something like that. I feel like Diamond Blades is a bit more casual. Or at least that's what it feels like as a viewer. But both
Hmm.
both of them are really good commentary. Both have really cool voices. I still believe that Sean uses a voice changer. Uh, Diamond Blade is hilarious though. His commentary in game with especially his interactions with other players in the game is hilarious.
Right.
Yeah, I've tried that. Like I actually have so many videos on YouTube that are unlisted of just commentary videos. I just feel like it doesn't make sense. I feel like there are people who do it really
It
well.
takes a lot of practice.
Yeah,
Actually, so much practice if it's not something you're like uh, already like comfortable doing. If it's like you're not already like a natural like I don't know talker in that sense or a storyteller.
mm-hmm.
It's like a skill you have to like develop.
Absolutely, yeah. I think that's why the streams have been helping me, to be honest, because I'm got so used to commentating and just talking
Yes.
to chat. Definitely getting
Yeah, I
better.
remember that being a thing I really had to learn.
Yeah.
Streaming was to uh, always have something like interesting to say, like just even saying anything. It
Mm-hmm.
can be really detrimental or whatever to have a long period of stream where like you're just not talking at all.
Yeah.
I think that's the period where people click away the most. But it's hard to as well to always have something to talk about. Sometimes you
Yeah.
just
That's why it's always
So
best to
it's I
do
find it
friends.
easiest like what if I'm able to be on a VC with someone else.
Exactly.
So it's just it's a lot more natural conversations will come out of stuff like that. Kind of
Right.
like just right now, right? We're just like
Exactly.
happen to be talking about stuff.
Yeah. I mean, that could also depend on your relationship with the viewers. Like, if you're really casual with the viewers, you can pretty much talk anything. It doesn't have to be
Yeah, like if
strictly
you're having
about
a
the
back
stream.
and forth conversation with like chat, like if
Yeah.
the chat is like active enough, then that
Yeah.
can work. Yeah.
And that's kind of what you see on Twitch. Like, you see like a lot of interaction, back and forth conversations between the streamer and the chat, basically.
Right.
I mean, but Twitch is strictly live streaming, whereas YouTube is a bit of everything, pretty much.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, in terms of getting viral or like becoming popular, YouTube is by far the hardest platform to do it. It's not even
Really?
close.
You think YouTube is the hardest for that?
Yeah, I would say it depends on what you're doing, but I would say compared to platforms like TikTok, Instagram, like I've seen Smash Cut videos on TikTok. I don't even use TikTok, but I've seen people who they've like sent me clips of them watching Smash Cut videos on TikTok.
I think it depends on how you like define like growth, right? Because I think you can build a much higher quality audience in YouTube
Yeah, I
than
mean,
you
I think YouTube is
can with like TikTok or Instagram.
I think YouTube is really good for community building. I mean,
Yeah.
it depends on what the exact purpose is. For example, if let's say, for example, if I'm a new Smash Cast YouTuber and I'm just looking to get popular, I'm looking to, let's say Smash Cast is a big game now, and it's like I'm looking to make this as a career kind of thing, or like at least have a significant pay. I'm looking to take it seriously. I've hired an editor. I'm making all this content. If I'm doing that, I would use YouTube for building a community, building a proper loyal community. And then I would use, if I want to become popular and just get views and in terms of virality, probably Instagram and TikTok. But I mean, Instagram isn't the greatest place for gaming, but maybe it depends. Like if you have like a webcam, or if it's like here's the 3 things I do in Smash Cut that's different. It doesn't have to be gaming clips necessarily. Of in-game moments, but rather just clips, recordings of something about the game.
Yeah, no, I see that. Like I see like platforms like TikTok and Instagram as like the outreach
Yeah.
for advertising yourself, whether you're doing like Twitch or YouTube or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. I actually recently listened. I love listening to podcasts as well. So I recently listened to I don't know if you're familiar with Colin and Samir.
Oh yeah, I love their stuff.
I love that stuff. They are basically they are creator support. So I've been watching them for a long time, and I love one of their talks with the CEO of Instagram. Have you heard the one yet?
I've not watched that one.
That's a really cool one. It's just really interesting to see. So basically, the CEO of Instagram also worked under Mark Zuckerberg for Facebook. They both worked together there, and then he went on to become the CEO of Instagram.
Right. Yeah.
So he's not just really smart, but it's very interesting to see what Instagram is focusing on. There's some conversation between both Colin and Samir and the CEO of Instagram, of other platforms as well, and just a lot of different things actually in terms of laws. And I was also listening to their latest conversation with, I think, Hassan Piker, who's like a Twitch streamer who does political commentating basically. Which is another that's a big niche, but that does have actually a pretty big audience in a lot of countries.
Oh yeah, no, Hassan's like really popular. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think personally, gaming is a pretty difficult niche, I would say. It has to be especially if you pick the game like Smash Cuts. But the thing is, there's a lot of factors involved. Like for example, if I'm a completely new channel, I'm doing Minecraft videos, I have to do something really good in Minecraft videos for it to stand out compared to other Minecraft videos. But there's just so much Minecraft content online.
Yeah.
and so
Yeah, that's a hard one to get into because
because of the user base.
of oversaturation. Yeah,
Exactly.
like I think the biggest way is like personality. Like
Yeah.
people will watch whatever if the personality is interesting.
Yeah, because that's probably the only thing you have unique. I mean, editing can be replicated to a certain extent, but I mean, even style of videos can be replicated to certain extents.
Hmm.
But the one thing that probably a person cannot replicate, or no one else already doing, is your own personality, which, like you said. So for Smash Cuts, I think the audience is actually just right for it to become popular, because they're not oversaturated, but they're not. There are a lot of Smash Cut YouTubers, but there can be more. So
Right.
it's like there are that perfect balance right now for creators to start. So if you're looking to start a Smash Cuts YouTube channel, now's the time.
Let's go. Have you ever thought into branching out into other content as well?
I
like,
have
to
actually.
do alongside.
I considered even going out of gaming. Like I'm still considering actually, because like I said, as a kid, I've been a huge fan of filmmaking. So
Hmm.
I'm a huge, like, I actually never actually sat down and thought about specifically the in and outs of filmmaking. For example, the editing behind. I mean, editing is a huge part of the filmmaking, not just the filming, because the story really comes together when you sit down and edit it. But you gotta have
Right.
something in mind before you do that for it to make sense on the edit. So as a kid, like I said, I've been writing scripts. I love. There's a certain, like, that's one of my favorite niches on YouTube actually. If you just check my subscription list, it's just plenty of these underrated not Smash Cuts. I was about to say underrated Smash Cuts YouTubers, underrated YouTubers who make like short films basically. It's just sometimes it can just be a daily vlog in their life, or like a weekly what's going on in their life weekly, but then they make it like a film, which is I find really interesting, like with the script and with, you know, vintage editing, a lot of things like that. So I always love movies. I'm a huge movie critique. Like, you know, I watch movies in a different lens. Like for example, if I'm watching like movies like Avengers, where you need to be kind of involved in the story for it to make sense. You kind of pay attention to the details, but it's also funny at the same time. I always see it for example, if I'm seeing Iron Man 2, I'm I'm watching the movie like I'm the director. I can see the camera and I can see Robert Downey Jr. saying the lines.
I felt like that kind of vibe after I started making YouTube videos. 'Cause I
Mm-hmm.
started watching YouTube videos in a completely different way of like,
Exactly.
oh, what? How did they do that editing technique? Or like, yo, that was like a really cool way to do that transition or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I hadn't thought about like anything like that beforehand.
Right, you just have a whole new appreciation for it. So yeah, I love that kind of stuff. So I've always considered that. I also have, if you see my subscription list, you see plenty of channels of like these med students and, like, you know, lawyers vlogging their school university lives. So I've always
Mhm.
considered actually starting a channel for when I join uni.
Yeah, that'd be cool, man.
Because the one thing I've not seen enough of is what the student life is like in the UAE, especially in Dubai. Like, you see videos of places like, you know, the UK, definitely the US, and of course Australia. You know, there's well-established schools and well-known schools and things like that. But you don't really see. I mean, being a student in Dubai is fun, but no one really knows about it. So maybe, like, you know, take a different lens into what the student life is in Dubai. That's the goal anyway.
You could fill that niche, Joe.
Exactly. That's I'm considering it. But I think for a couple of things for that to make sense is I need to not just do some research, but I need to figure out. There's a whole lot of technical stuff I need to figure out. For example, the way I'm gonna film this. Certain schools do not allow filming inside, and I mean, it wouldn't really make sense if I just film. I could film it at home, like the prep and stuff like that. But ideally, I would figure out a couple of technical
Have you ever
details.
heard of the channel Anthpo?
Can you say that again?
Anthpo? Anthpo.
Don't think I have.
He's a YouTuber that throughout his college career he made a bunch of different videos that
Mm-hmm.
were kind of like just showcasing lifestyle, but like with like kind of a twist of like some sort of thing, interesting concept that he came up with.
Uh-huh.
Uh, but I think that was like one of the better, well done kind of styles that I've seen on YouTube
Yeah. I
to
mean, they're
fill
very
that niche.
specific niches, but I mean, the funny thing is each niche has its own style as well. Like, even inside filmmaking, there's so many different types. Like, there's this super high quality vlogs, and then there's the 720p or like the 1080p vlogs as well, which are so good to watch as well.
Right.
It's just so vast, which is what I love about making stuff. Like, content making is, that's what I want to fulfill as a career as well. Even if I'm studying business and management, eventually that's the goal, to be some sort of maybe an entrepreneur with definitely some sort of media presence. Um, but yeah, I mean, if I want to start that uni channel, I think a couple of things I need to get down is the technical skills. Perhaps need to one thing I'm probably limiting me a little bit, probably editing, because I've tried as a demo. I've tried like, editing a couple of my vlogs, but it's just not making sense. I need to have some sort of storyline as well, not just the run through of the daily life, which can happen, it can work, but has to be somewhat interesting, I think, at least in the beginning when I'm starting fresh. So
For editing, what are you using currently?
DaVinci, yeah.
Are you using DaVinci now?
Mhm.
That's cool. Yeah, I think DaVinci's
Definitely the
probably the
best
best
editor, yeah.
program out there that you can use for free,
Yep.
and also allows you to then upgrade later if you want to
Yeah,
get all the other extra stuff. But the base version is so good.
Yeah, it's actually crazy. Yeah, what I'm planning to do is before the summer break ends, watch some in-depth tutorials on how to use it. Because I haven't explored fully. I know what I need to do when I make a Smash Cut video, but I want to be limited to just that. So definitely gonna be watching some in-depth tutorials on a couple of things on DaVinci as well.
Yeah, there's a lot. I'm actually looking at my recommended videos right now, and the first one is a DaVinci Resolve tutorial. It's so funny.
Yeah, if you just see my recommendations is all just like high quality vlogs, basically like films, basically like short films.
My recommendations are a combination of DaVinci Resolve, tutorial stuff, Smash Karts, and different music
Yeah.
that I'm been listening to channels for, like, oh, you could use that in a video.
Exactly. It's very similar. I have a bit more sports in mind. Just a bit more sports. A lot of music, a lot of NCS, a lot of non-corporate music
Right.
channels and stuff like that. But yeah, mainly a lot of Smash Cards as well. Smash Cards. Yeah, a lot of films, a lot of student vlogs. I would definitely want to because I heard of a lot of people. I've looked up to people who've like paid off their student fees by just running a YouTube channel. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
That is like such
It's
a
cool.
huge
There's a
thing to
lot
say.
of commitment, though, usually a lot of
There is.
times.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely
I
something
would,
hard to balance.
I think it's
but
cool to do, but, like, I personally would not wanted to have done something like that,
right.
just for time commitment purposes.
Yeah. But the good thing about that is that I did think about that. But the one good thing about my university is we really need to show up to class 3 days a week. Like, you have to be physically there 3 days a week.
Oh, interesting.
So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday we got to be there. The rest of the days it's a bit more self-paced. So I could make the time commitment, but I want to have some. I want to try it for sure. Some sort of just to see what it looks like. I mean, probably when I start working as well, just keep doing it. Because that's something I don't want to stop for sure. Because there's just some satisfaction, even if it doesn't get any views, even if it's not, if you're not doing it for becoming popular on YouTube, if it's just for fulfillment of soul, just to have some sort of result of work, but like a physical representation of that.
Yeah.
It's just nice to have.
Yeah, coming up with a concept and executing it and seeing it come to fruition is really rewarding.
Exactly. And this, it's just much more. It's also so rewarding when the people that watch it appreciate it as well. So it's actually a perfect thing to do. Since I'm heading into that business of a lot of medium production and stuff like that, I would love to explore it more and not. Even as a kid, I've always been a fan of movies and short films, music videos, so many stuff, so much different types of artists and art, like art forms.
I'm trying to remember the name of that channel I've seen that does like really high quality like short form films. It starts with like an O.
Starts with an O. I think.
But I can't for the life of me remember what the name of it is.
Is there a group of individuals or just one person?
No, it's like more of a
Team.
established team, yeah, that like gets actors specifically for that film.
Have you heard of Wesley Chang?
I have not. No.
He's one of those people who posted a short film on YouTube and got signed up for Hollywood. It's a director.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that's another Colin Samir episode you should probably watch. It's a really cool one.
I have to imagine that becoming director is probably one of the hardest things to like do.
Yeah. To be
Hollywood.
successful, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a tough one. Yeah, I think it's definitely harder now than it was before because of because of the amount of people trying to do it.
Oh, I found the name of the channel. It's OMELETO. Omeleto?
Okay, I think I've heard of this.
Omeleto. Yeah, I've seen a bunch of their stuff too.
Let's see how long the stream has been going. You can probably cut the second the match ended. We could probably cut from there till now, and make it a podcast episode.
Yep, that's some interesting visuals.
Ooh, 1 hour 50. Oh, 2 hours 10 minutes. Okay, that's nice. Been a long stream.
Yeah, man.
What time
It
is
was
it?
fun though.
Oh my god, it's 12. I didn't even realize. That was really fun.
12 as in midnight or 12 as in noon for you?
12 as in midnight.
Oh, wow. Alright.
Yeah.
This is the middle of the
God.
day for me right now.
That explains why you're so energetic. Or like sound energetic at least. Sound awake.
Yep, that would be why.
That was a really good conversation, Josh. I would love to have you on a podcast episode if you're free sometime. Officially.
Yeah, man. Well, let's figure something out.
Yeah. Well, alright, chat. I think that's going to be the end of the stream. Thanks for tuning in. Just in case you're tuning in now and wondering why this is called SKCL Smashcast Tournament Burnin Blubber versus Smashing Bulls. That match did happen. That was a tournament match. And it was Smashing Bulls that won. So Burning Blubber, I can't even pronounce it. Burning Blubber are eliminated from the tournament, unfortunately. But Smashing Bulls, they're playing well so far. I think they had to face the Smurf Cats now. So both are really good teams. And the winner of that goes to the finals. Alright, thanks for tuning in, chat. See you guys next time.
Bye, chat.